Procedure. Take 3 test tubes and label them as A, B and C. Mark each test tube in the lower half with a sign of cross. Place these test tubes on a test tube stand such that the mark cross is on the opposite side. Perform the experiments and record your observations and conclusions or inferences in the tabular form as shown. Property, experiment, observation, inference. Transparency criterion. Fill half of the test tube A with common salt solution. The mark cross is clearly visible when seen through the test tube A. The common salt solution is transparent. Fill half of the test tube B with the suspension of chalk. The mark cross is not visible when seen through the test tube B. The suspension of chalk is opaque. Fill half of the test tube C with colloidal solution of egg albumin. The mark cross is faintly visible when seen through the test tube C. The colloidal solution of egg albumin is translucent. View through each sample and record your observations and inferences. Filtration criterion. Filter the contents of each test tube separately through a filter paper and collect the filtrate in a boiling tube. Observe the filtrate and the residue left on the filter paper, if any. In the case of test tube A, a clear filtrate is obtained and no residue is left on the filter paper. Common salt cannot be separated from its solution in water by filtration. In the case of test tube B, a clear filtrate is obtained and some residue, chalk powder, is left on the filter paper. Chalk powder can be separated from its suspension in water by filtration. In case of test tube C, a translucent filtrate is obtained and no residue is left on the filter paper. Egg albumin cannot be separated from its colloidal solution in water by filtration. Stability criterion. Clean test tubes A, B, C properly and pour about 10 ml each of common salt solution, chalk powder suspension and colloidal solution of egg albumin in them separately. Mix about 10 ml of water in each of test tubes A, B and C and shake them well. Then leave these test tubes on a test tube stand undisturbed for about 5 minutes and record your observations and inferences. The contents of test tube A show no change. The solution of common salt in water is stable. Bigger particles tend to settle down at the bottom of test tube B. The suspension of chalk in water is unstable. The contents of test tube C remains unchanged and no solid particles settle down. The colloidal solution of egg albumin in water is stable. Results and conclusion. Common salt solution is transparent, stable, and its component cannot be separated by filtration. The suspension of chalk in water is opaque, unstable, and its components can be separated by simple filtration. The colloidal solution of egg albumin in water is translucent, stable, and its components cannot be separated by simple filtration.